Point slope form is our second form of a linear equation that we're going to look at in this unit. And so like with slope intercept form, the equation very clearly gave you the slope and the y-intercept. In point slope form, it will very clearly give you a specific point on the graph and the slope. Pretty easy to remember. So the target is we're going to write and we're going to graph linear equations using point slope form. So here it is right here, point slope form. It is y minus y of 1 equals m times the quantity of x minus x of 1. And so within this, your y of 1 and your x of 1, those are your actual coordinates. And then m is your slope like you saw in slope-intercept form. Again, write it big and write it, with kind of a big box around it. And you'll really see it more like this down here, where the 1 is kind of down here in a subscript. I mean, you'll see it like this, but most of the time it's going to be down here kind of below the line. So point slope form of an equation of a non-vertical line, meaning it cannot be straight up and down, with slope m, it passes through the point x of 1 and y of 1 is y minus y of 1 equals m times x minus x of 1. That's point slope form. Write it big in your notes with a big box around it, and it does help to draw arrows and signify that y of 1 and x of 1, those are your actual points, and the m is your slope. If you were to write an equation in point slope form and they gave you those key components, you really can just plug them in like you did when you had the slope intercept form example. So the point is 8 and -4. It has a slope of -2. So let's use that form. Y minus y of 1. Your y value is -4. So think of it this way. Y minus -4 equals, your m value is -2 times the quantity. That's kind of a pitiful parenthesis. There we go. X minus your x value, x of 1, is 8. Now this right here is already stressing some of you out, y minus -4. And what you know is that you would keep change, so that is really going to be y plus 4. And you would want to rewrite it as y plus 4 to simplify it down as much as possible. Now you may be thinking, but don't I need to distribute that -2? No, you don't, because of point slope form, because if you distribute that -2, you lose your slope. So right there is our equation in point slope form. Graphing using point slope form, going to be similar again to how we did that in the last lesson, except you don't have an intercept to start with, but you do have a specific point to start with. You have your y value and you have your x value. So that coordinate is going to be built from +4 and -7. Now notice I said +4 and -7 because in the equation it's minus y of 1. So that had to have been minus -7. So my coordinate is +4, -7. It's the opposite of it. So that's going to be my starting point. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and then down 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Whoops, didn't really mean to draw that line. There we go. Let's erase a little bit. That got that coordinate just a little bit large. Now I lost it. Rats. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay. A little growling gets it done. Alright, now I am ready to build from the slope. It is a -4/5, which means it's going to be decreased, it's going to be going down. Since I can't really go down 4 and stay on the grid, I'm going to go up 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, but go left 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then repeat that process. Up 1, 2, 3, 4, right, I'm sorry, left 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then I can connect my dots there. Actually, let's redo that. Let's start right here. There we go. And then I can extend it the other direction and draw my arrows on the ends. And there's our line. I know it's going down because I have a negative slope. Okay, then using 2 points to write an equation. So same question we're asking ourselves, what pieces of information do we need? Since it's point-slope form, I need the slope and I need a point in there. Well, I have a couple of points up there, so I can just choose either of those. And it's not going to be a magical point that I choose. Either one of those, that equation will still give the graph of that line, or the line of that graph. So first is finding the slope. Use the 2 points, changing y over changing x. So change in y over change in x. My y values are 4 and 1. 4 minus 1 over my x values, 1 minus negative 1. And that would be 3 over 1 minus negative 1 would be 2. So my slope is 3 over 2. Step 2 then is to build the equation in slope-intercept form. Like I said, it doesn't matter which one I use. I'm going to prefer to use the 2 positives, that way I'm not having to think, well, I need to change it to its opposite. It's just going to be y minus 4, and over here x minus 1. So I'm going to kind of keep that in view there for you. Y minus 4 equals my slope, 3 over 2, times x minus the x value, which was 1. And there is our equation. Easy peasy lemon squeezy.